What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your pre-market watch list today. I've got a couple things to cover. Don't have too much time to do it, so really going to make this video pretty quick. So the first thing that I did want to touch on today is going to be NIO. Of course, we've been following this pretty closely. And we recommended a $43 price target just yesterday. We've been talking about a $43 price target for about maybe a week now. So today we're expecting that we're going to reach that $43 price target if we show you the 4-hour charting time frame. Again, we're targeting our 4-hour regression -1 deviation mark, I believe. Yep. So anyways, market is moving back to the -1 4-hour deviation. That was kind of been our target over the past week. So if in the event NIO had double bottomed, which it did, we would see probably a $43 price target. So we're going to remain long bias on NIO today to the price target of about 43. And then as NIO gets into the prices of 43, we will, when it gets to 43 for the first time on the day, then we will look to trade bearishly. And if in the event the market holds up the bearish rejection really well, then we can suggest that the market will try to move a little bit higher. But for now, price target's 43 and then bearish off of 43. Okay. NIO, probably somewhat similar to Tesla at this point. Tesla still looks very strong. Let me see what's going on here. So Tesla is probably going up to a target of 700. Where are we at right now? We're at 686. So we could probably suggest maybe another $12 up for Tesla today until it gets to one of its potential price targets. I feel like that's a good topping point. So yeah, we'll look for maybe a move to 700 on Tesla and then bearish on Tesla today the first time it gets to 700. The other stock we're paying attention to is FTFT. FTFT has been a penny stock that's pretty much held up all morning from its run, hasn't really had too many good correction, or hasn't really corrected all that big for the short sellers. So it's really just kind of been hanging out here. There's actually kind of a lot of detail that goes into FTFT. So in order for me to show you guys it and have you understand it, this could take a second. So do try to pay attention closely. All right, so here's FTFT. We're going to start on the 4-hour chart. So we look here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we have swung up and broke up. You see this little dotted line in here. Let me just put a level there. Boom. I'm going to go to the daily chart. I'm going to put a level in here off of the 1 deviation mark. Okay. There we go. Boom. And then when we go and look at the 1-minute chart, you're going to see how we've been trading on these price points. All right. So this here is a long-term resistance mark that we broke over. So now it should be support. We never even touched it, but we bounced away here and we bounced away here. And then that other level that I showed you is kind of a resistance mark in which we had broken over. And you can see we supported it, came down, supported it, came down, supported it, came down, broke through, back up and over. And then you can see pretty much every single one of these candles. Look at where the wicks are. Okay, look at where the wicks are. Okay, so this line here, if we go back to the 4-hour chart, is what we call a half deviation mark. It's that dotted trend line. Okay, so that dotted trend line comes into play right where that red line's at, and you can see how well we have traded just off of that line. So again, we broke over, came back, held, bounce, 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 broke through, close to the next support, which is 745, bounce back up, candles holding, 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 holding. Here, we just broke back below, so the bears are trying to take control of the move and swing the stock lower for the time being. Okay? So this is a stock that we'll be paying close attention to. And ideally, the way we see it is this market on FTFT, if it's going to be strong, if it's going to be a bull move today, then we don't want to see the market drop below the 744. I'll explain why. We'll go back to the daily chart. When we look at the daily chart, you'll see that we broke up over this yellow line. So we broke over. Now the market is pulling back. Look at the screen on the right. You can see we broke over this trend mark. So let me delete the top one. Okay, so market has broken over trend here, broke over, and you can see all we've done is kind of really get sold back down. So we're selling back down to this support level, and we want to try to sustain this price point of 744. If we can sustain over 744, everybody's selling the market down, trying to get us to go below 744. We'll close their position, and we might be able to reverse this market into a really nice long breakout. Now, if we're correct and this thing does break out more today, then I'll give you the price targets we expect it can get to. So expect that it could get all the way to as high as 940, but a better chance of getting to the price point of 870. So 870 would be the first target, which is right there by that blue line. So if in the event we somehow have a really big run on FTFT, we're not really looking for it to get over 870 for the time being. All right. Next thing that we will touch on today will be a little bit of like plug. Pretty much just put it this way, plug, FCEL, SUNW, pretty much all of those stocks right now are pumping up and having really good moves, pretty much because the Biden administration is planning on putting in their infrastructure plan, that $2 trillion infrastructure plan, like charging units for EV-related cars and so on. So that's directly affecting the stocks like FCEL, plug, and so on, and they're having good moves because of it. Now we'll go back, take a look at the market just really quickly. If you guys remember from yesterday, what did we tell you what was going to happen on the market? We said that the market was most likely going to be bullish, and you would be targeting back to prices of what? You'd be targeting back to prices of 318. You can see the market went to 318 and even 321, but by the end of the day, it pulled back and closed at about 318. All right, so right now we remain bullish on the market. New price target for the Nasdaq is going to be all the way back to 329. So we're going to be looking for the price to go through the previous price action tops and trend up to the new resistance mark. So in the past, these marks that you're seeing, these tops, they were coming off a trend line. Now the trend line's up here, so we should have enough room on the upside to break through the price action tops and cause a little breakout here. So Nasdaq price target now back to $329. If you remember from the other day, maybe it was just yesterday, we mentioned the SPY was probably trying to go back to 401, 402, put in a new all-time high. So we're still expecting a new all-time high on the SPY, and that you're going to see prices of probably 400 to 401 really soon. And that is pretty much everything we have for today on the watch list. So everybody take care, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.